Welcome to Know-How Conversations, where we explore the human skills behind excellence, which is emotional intelligence, innovation, and creativity. Today, we are going to talk in this episode about something invisible but unforgettable. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about scent. You know, our senses, it's part of our senses, and the sense, how it bypasses the logic. It speaks directly to memory, emotions, and much like it's a different language. I'm delighted to welcome today Dominik Bertoloni, founder of Cosmus Luxury Consulting. She translates your vision into a distinctive olfactory and brand experience. This approach is agile, creative, and fully aligned with your brand's identity and market ambitions. Welcome, Dominik, to our conversation today. We're very happy to have you with us, and thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. I'm very proud and honored to be part of this talk, and it's going to be very interesting. Thank you very much for hosting me.
Great. So, Dominik, before we start talking about the core of the session, I would just like you to tell us, where did you study and how did you choose this work?
Whoa, this is a very interesting question because it's back in my childhood memory. I used to travel a lot with my parents because I'm an expat child, and the scent story began while I was abroad with my parents in Iraq. It started there. I was only 5 years old, and I still remember the smell of the souks whenever I was going around with my mom, and the oud, the frankincense, because it was really the region. And since then, I said one day to my parents, and I was really 5 years old, is quite young, and I said to my parents one day, I will create fragrances.
Fantastic. Mm-hmm. So you studied in Grasse.
Yes, I did.
Which is a place very well known for perfume makers.
Exactly. This, what we call Grasse, is considered as the world capital of fragrances, which is true because you have many beautiful flowers going there.
Absolutely.
Rose, Santifolia, or jasmine, or orange blossom as well. And I loved the story of Grasse, actually. So I decided after my first career to change and to do a reconversion and to do it in the fragrances. So I followed my dream.
Great. Very, very inspiring. She followed her dream. So yes, I love, and then you're happy when you follow your dream because you do what you like.
Exactly. And they show you the way.
Yes, now, absolutely. I would like to start my first question. Before a fragrance is created, there is always an idea behind it, a feeling, a personality, a story. Can you tell us something about it?
Yes, whenever you want to create a fragrance, you need to have a story behind. You need to have, that's why you call clarity. It's very important because whenever I'm a consultant, as you know, and whenever people is coming to see me to develop a brand, I always first ask questions. What is your audience? What do you want to translate into this fragrance? What kind of olfactive description would you like? It's very important to get all this information because the more you have, the easiest it will be to create according to one's, ingredients the person would like. So it's very important, and there are so many questions to get a very detailed and very precise brief, what we call a brief. That's the more information we have. So the questions are very simple, I would say, because why this fragrance, why you like this fragrance in the market, or why you have this history. So all these questions and replies from the clients is very important for me to guide me exactly where I need to go.
Okay, so this is why we say when goals are vague, actions become inconsistent. And in the same way, a vague brief, when you have a vague brief on what the scents are the favorites, this can lead to a fragrance without a clear identity.
Exactly. Lately, I have a person who came to me, it's just an example, and she had a really strong concept. And what is interesting in this concept, it's that there is a storytelling, and storytelling is very important because fragrance is just not an emotion. It is an emotion for sure, but it brings you a trip back to your childhood. It can bring you something new that you are looking for. And the person who has this concept, who came lately, was very interesting. And you can see that she was she has the passion for fragrances, and she wants to create. She wants to be creative, which is very important as well.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. So we don't buy a perfume because the friend has bought it.
Exactly.
We buy a perfume
You buy it for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. You buy it for yourself because you like the ingredients and you like rose or jasmine or wildflower, whatever.
Agree with you. Absolutely. Now, have you ever had, now we don't buy a perfume because the friend has it, right? Have you ever had a client asking you to create a fragrance connected to a specific memory or an emotional moment?
Yes, actually, right now I have a person who came to see me and tell me about her story. She's a lady and she has a very strong story because she used to do her study in France, more in the banlieue. Okay. And she has a very, very successful career. And she wants to communicate this through a perfume line. And I found this idea amazing because she has exactly the memory of the geography where she was living, the way she was living, and a certain period of time that reminds us a lot of joy, a lot of liberty, freedom, and she wants to translate this into a fragrance. I found this brief very exciting and very interesting because behind the fragrance you will have her story.
That's fantastic.
And it will bring back to the memory of the time she used to live it.
Yeah, so let's say you create the nostalgia.
Yes.
That we have. So what do you think when she wears the perfume, she will feel those moments, that she spent and they were the most joyful moments of her life, right?
Exactly, because she will be the one to tell me the olfactive direction. I will agree or not. I will guide her to, to have a very consistent fragrance and to stick to the brief and to stick to the concept that she wants and what she wants to drive to the image she wants to drive to her brand. So for sure, whenever you will smell the fragrance and see her or hear a little bit of her story, you will see the connection done between the fragrance and the story and the person and the color codes, whatever.
So what is fascinating is that once a scent becomes linked to a memory, it acts like an anchor. So it's amazing and fascinating how sensory triggers, can bring us back to a particular moment and emotional state.
Absolutely. There is, for me, what we call the Proustian Madeleine, la Madeleine de Proust in French. I have one. If I can share it, you will immediately understand what I mean through this. When I used to travel and go back on vacation, I was visiting my grandparents. And my grandma used to wear Shalimar de Guerlain. And whenever I was reaching Toulouse, because that was the point, destination, from Iraqi, wherever I was coming from, my grandma was waiting for me at the airport. And the moment, and you can see I'm very emotional about this because she passed away, she's not here now anymore. Whenever I was kissing her, she was hugging me, I could smell this fragrance. And immediately I was saying to myself, I'm with the woman I want to be with and I'm on vacation.
Yes, that is the comfort zone.
Yeah, my comfort zone was there.
Yes.
And today I have Shalimar de Guerlain in my perfume collection.
I have no doubt.
Very large.
We all have those perfumes that remind us of moments, particular ones. Do you believe that scent can influence how someone is perceived or even how they feel about themselves?
Yes, a perfume is the extension of your personality. Just like a pair of stilettos, Just like the way you dress, the colors you wear, perfumes come and enhance your personality, your style, and it can give a true confidence. A boy who became a teenager can identify himself like his father, who was a businessman, going to work, coming late, working hard. And if he wears the fragrance of his father, for instance, it will give him this confidence to be a bit like my father, because it's a landmark for a boy. That's why everything is very important when you connect the fragrance to your confidence, to your whatever you've been living before. Everything is connected. So this is what I really like.
Yes, absolutely. So you don't just wear the perfume. You know, the perfume, you step into a state. You know, this is the super interesting part of it. So, well, I think with these questions, we reached our end of our episode. And so I would like to say the perfume, again, as we said, it is not visible, but it is unforgettable. So it is so powerful that we don't forget it. And it is, you know, it imbibes into our senses and memories.
Yes.
Well, I would like to thank very much Dominik. Thank you for being with us today. It was a very enlightening moment, and we could understand a lot about perfumes that we smell and we see everywhere, but most of the time we don't understand really the value of them. So thank you again, and we wish you the best of luck in your career.
Thank you very much for hosting me again. It was a pleasure to reply to all these questions. Very interesting questions.
Thank you. Thank you.